every day, bro, with the Disney Channel friggin' flow. Today, our video is gonna be high school tips, because we both survived. Well, it's not even survived is the right word. It's not even as bad as you think.
Experience would be the word.
She's experienced 1, I've experienced 2.
Years, that would be. I am going to be a sophomore and she is going to be a junior. So you're gonna be an upperclassman. That's scary. Just kidding. Actually, that leads into our very first advice. Don't be afraid of the upperclassmen.
They literally don't even talk to you.
They don't care. Like, yeah, it's true. Like, juniors and seniors don't care about freshmen and sophomores, but not in the way you think. Like, they don't go out of their way to make your life miserable. They just kind of leave you alone. I mean, I guess if you're like friends with the seniors, then they'll like be nice to you, but like if you're not like associated with the upperclassmen, then I mean, they're just gonna kind of leave you alone. So I mean, don't be scared about that, because I know that was one thing that I was worried about going into high school, was all the older kids that were gonna be there.
They literally just stay in their side of the school.
Yeah.
Maybe pass them in the hall sometimes.
Number 2,
focus on your freaking work.
Yes, oh my god, you cannot slack off.
And make sure you're paying attention in class and no fooling around. Like, I'll admit, I sat by her in class behind her and I was always bothering her. But
And we didn't do very well in that class. So, you know, you gotta pay a lot of attention. You gotta really dedicate your time into something. And like, if you have, and this is something that I think is so important that I feel like not a lot of people like do, but if you have a homework call in school,
use it.
Use it for homework and studying, because I'll guarantee it, every single day you'll want to come home and you'll
come home and watch our channel.
You'll want to go home and you'll want to watch Netflix, and you won't be able to do that because you have to sit there and you have to do work when you were given a 45-minute period to do it.
I'll
in
admit,
school.
I had homework call every other day. And on the homework call, me and my 2 friends went to the gym and played basketball. All of the homework call. And I was like, oh, today I'm gonna bring my work to homework call and do it. Nope, went to the gym.
I had a homework call with all my friends, and we literally would just sit there and talk the whole time, and we wouldn't do any work. I don't think there was one time that I did work in that class. And I actually, one of my friends is like a study freak. Like, all she does is study. And she would always sit there and get her work done in homework hall, and no one else would get anything done because we would all just sit there and talk. And, you know, we should have used that time wisely and gotten our work done. And I'm not saying that like, oh, like, you know, pay attention in homework hall, do your homework, do it right. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like,
use your time.
yeah. Like, I'm like,
for a good purpose.
Like, it's great that you want to sit there and like talk to your friends during a free period, but like, you're not gonna want to have to do your work at home later. But like, if you play sports or if you do a club or an after school activity, you're not gonna want to sit there and have to do your homework. And you could get away with that really easily in middle school. Like, in middle school, you could kind of just like do whatever you wanted and get away with it because the teachers weren't as strict, because you were.
But now, like, they don't worry about you.
Middle school is that transition out of like elementary school, but it's also the transition into high school. So like, everyone's always like, oh, middle school is so hard. And honestly, I thought middle school is just, I don't know, it's not the same. Like, if you're coming into high school and you think that it's like gonna be scarier than middle school, it's not. Middle school for me was so much worse than high school.
Middle school was awful for me. Not because of like being treated bad, it was just so like, ugh.
Yeah.
Alright, number
3. You're not gonna have the same friends. Like, yeah, sure, you'll see your old friends and you'll talk to them, but like, you're gonna be forced to like get mixed in with other kids that you wouldn't normally. Like, I know when I was in middle school, I basically grew up with the same exact class in middle school. I had the same kids in my class every single year, and that's not how it is in high school. In high school, you're gonna be mixed in with kids that are older than you. You're gonna if you're older, you might be mixing with kids that are younger than you. You know, you're not gonna have all of your friends in one class. There's so many different classes to take. So like, you're gonna have to learn to make new friends. You can't be antisocial in school because it's a lot harder to get through the year when you're sitting there in class and you're struggling all by yourself than when you have someone that you can kind of talk to about it. So,
And I wouldn't count this as reason or example 4. Just do this. Please go fast in the hallway. People I follow are like, move. We have literally 2 minutes to get to next class, and here you are.
slow people. High school is very fast-paced.
And just don't skip. Just go to class.
Yeah.
You're in school. You have to be there. Just suck it up and go.
You gotta remember, in high school, you're still a teenager, but you're gonna get treated like an adult by a lot of people. And and I'm not saying like out, but like in school, you kind of gotta grow up and you gotta treat it as if you're walking in and you're given you gotta treat it as like a job. You gotta walk in, you're given a task, and you gotta complete it, and you gotta do it the best you can. Because high school, you know, paves the road for the rest of your life. And a lot of people don't think it's that important, but if you don't do good in high school, you don't get into a good college, you don't get a good job, and you struggle your entire life. So,
That concludes it for this video.
thank you guys so much for watching. This is our first video, if you could not already tell. So we were extremely nervous.
But if you liked us, leave a like.
We'll get better. We'll
better.
get used to this.
Yeah.
We'll change the setup, better quality. We're starting out. We're trying to just be raw. We didn't really plan this out very much. So
just subscribe to us.
oh, and if you do choose to comment, remember, criticism is accepted. Hate is not. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
So, thanks for watching.
Bye.